Hello again, it's Ducky with another high-speed box opening. Well, it's a 3 box opening, but you'll see that in the title. Let's get started. We are kicking off our Hour of Destruction box with a foil abandoned sarcophagus and a grind to dust. Next up is our first mythic, Samut the Tested. Then we have a Leave to Chance. And a Kefnet's Last Word. Next up is a Reason to Believe. And an Apocalypse Demon. Then we have our next mythic, the Scarab God. And then we are driven to despair. Our next rare is a Solemnity. And a Torment of Hailfire. Then we have a Chaos Maw. And a Resilient Kenra. Our second row starts with an Hour of Devastation, followed by an Hour of Eternity. Then we have a Juru with Eyes Open, and a Ramanep Hydra. Next is a Hostile Desert, and we have a foil Hour of Eternity with a Wildfire Eternal. Next we have a Ramanep Excavator and a Ronus' Last Stand. Then we have Swarm Intelligence and a Hollow One. Our next rare is an Endless Sands and Fraying Sanity. Our third row starts with a Dream Stealer, followed by another non-foil abandoned sarcophagus. Next we have Imminent Doom and an Hour of Revelation. Next is an Hour of Glory and a Mirage Mirror. Next is a Pride Sovereign and a Nimble Obstructionist. Next we have our third mythic, the Scorpion God, and Bantu's Last Reckoning. Next we have Refuse to Cooperate, and our last rare for this box is an Hour of Promise. So that's actually all 5 of the hours. We have 2 foil rares and 3 mythics. It's not the best box, but it's okay. It's a fine start. Now let's see what our second box has. It starts with an Hour of Eternity, followed by a grind to dust. Next is a hollow one, and a hostile desert. Next is an adorned pouncer, and Bantu's Last Reckoning. Then we have an Earth Shaker Kenra, and an Endless Sands. Then we have a Swarm Intelligence, and an Uncage the Menagerie. That's our first mythic for this box. Then we have a Refuse to Cooperate, and a Torment of Hailfire. Our second row will start with a Chaos Maw, then we have an Hour of Promise, and a Ramunap Hydra. We got our second grind to dust in this box, and also another adorned pouncer. Then we have a Samut the Tested, which is our second mythic for this box, and a Nimble Obstructionist. Our next rare is an Hour of Devastation, and a God Pharaoh's Gift. Next is Solemnity, and a Resilient Kenra. The last one for this row is an Oketcha's Last Mercy. Next row starts with an Apocalypse Demon, then Reason to Believe, then we have a Mirage Mirror, and Hour of Glory. Then we have a Hostile Desert again, which is our third card that we have two of in this box, followed by a Wildfire Eternal. Then we have a Kefnet's Last Word, and a Pride Sovereign, then we have Driven to Despair, and Ronus' Last Stand. Then we have a foil Oketcha's Last Mercy and a mythic The Locust God, followed by Hazoret's Undying Fury. Now we only got one foil rare in this box and 3 mythics, but we did observe the really strange thing where we have 3 pairs of the same rare. I wonder if this is going to be a trend. Let's see what we have in box 3. We start off with a mythic in Uncage the Menagerie, followed by Fraying Sanity. Then we have Juru with Eyes Open, and Hazoret's Undying Fury. Then we have a Ramunap Hydra, and and an Hour of Devastation. Then we have an Angel of Condemnation, and a Reason to Believe. Next we have our second mythic, Majestic Miriarch. And then we have another Hazoret's Undying Fury, and then a Dream Stealer. Then we have an Hour of Revelation, and row number 2 starts with another mythic, Crested Sunmare, followed by a Champion of Wits, and Nanoketra's Last Mercy. Then we have a Solemnity, and an Abandoned Sarcophagus. There's a Hostile Desert, and Leave to Chance. Next is an Apocalypse Demon, and Ronus's Last Stand. Then we have an Hour of Glory, and a Torment of Hailfire. And then we have a Scavenger Grounds to finish up our second row. And then we have our fourth mythic, Nicol-Bolas, followed by a Pride Sovereign. And then we have Overwhelming Splendor, which is actually mythic number 5. And a Nimble Obstructionist. Next is an Adorned Pouncer. And another mythic, Unesh Cryosphinx Sovereign. Then we have a foil Ramanap Excavator and a God Pharaoh's Gift. Next is an Ammit Eternal and an Earthshaker Kenra. Next is a Grind to Dust and an Hour of Eternity. Finally, we have another Hour of Revelation. So box 3 had 6 mythics in it, 1 foil rare and 2 duplicate rares. Let me know what's going on with your box openings. Are you seeing a lot of duplicates too? Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. Stay tuned for more box openings as I finish this case. And we will see together if I get a whole lot more duplicates or if I finally find an invocation. I'll see you next time. Bye!